What's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about why the Bears will bounce back over the next few weeks, and I wanted to take a look going forward. The Bears are 1-1 today, and the overreactions have been crazy since we lost to the Texans on Sunday night. From people saying we should have kept Justin Fields to so many wild comments about firing Ryan Poles, firing Shane Waldron, firing Matt Eberflus, benching Caleb Williams, and more. It's week 2 of the NFL season, and the Bears are 1-1. And we had a chance to beat the Texans with less than 2 minutes left in this game. But even more, our schedule over the next 5 weeks gives this team a chance to really get going. We started the season off against two really tough defensive lines, and our offense has not been able to get into a rhythm. But that should change going forward. We play the Colts, Rams, and Panthers over the next 3 weeks. All three of these teams are 0-2, and they looked awful on Sunday. The Colts have gotten ran all over, and they lost to Malik Willis and the Packers on Sunday. The Rams got blown out by the Cardinals on Sunday, and the Panthers are potentially the worst team in the NFL again. So let's remember that most of us expected a loss against the Texans on Sunday night. Yes, we expected more from the offense and the offensive line, but take a step back and realize how awful we played on offense and the fact that our defense still gave us a chance to win that game. Now we just need to get the offense going, and the next 5 weeks is the perfect opportunity to do that. Week 1 and week 2, we face tough defenses with strong D lines. That changes going forward. Next week, the Bears get to face the Indianapolis Colts, who just got beat by Malik Willis on Sunday. They allowed Malik to throw his first touchdown pass of his career. If Malik can do that against the Colts, Caleb Williams should be able to do so as well. But Josh Jacobs ran for 150 yards on this defense a week after Joe Mixon ran for 150 on him. This game really gives our team a chance to finally get the running game established, use some play action, and get Caleb Williams in the offense going. The Colts also have a couple of injuries as well. Receiver Josh Downs and corner Juju Brent should both miss this game. And then stud defensive tackle DeForest Buckner, his status is in the air as well. I have an update here. DeForest Buckner has been added to the injured reserve, so the Colts will be without their best defensive player for this matchup. He's going to miss at least the next 4 weeks. DeForest Buckner, the defensive tackle and the best player on the Colts defense, is not going to be playing in this one, meaning their run defense is going to be even worse than I projected. And when I was reviewing the tape last night, Jonathan Taylor did not play in the fourth quarter against the Packers. That's something to keep an eye on going forward. But in the last 2 weeks alone, the Colts have given up 474 rushing yards, most in the NFL, meaning the Bears get a chance to face the worst run defense in the league this week, a perfect opportunity to get things going on offense. But after the Colts game, we come back home and take on the Rams. The Rams are also 0-2, and they got blown out by the Cardinals on Sunday, 41-10. On top of that, the Rams put star receiver Puka Nacua on injured reserve. He's going to miss the game. And Cooper Kupp also got hurt on Sunday, and he is expected to be out an extended period of time. That means the Rams will be without their two best playmakers on offense. And on top of that, the Rams have the third worst run defense in the NFL right now, ranking 30th. Another opportunity for us to establish the run game. But the Rams are a team that we should absolutely be able to pass on as well. Marvin Harrison Jr. torched this secondary. Kyler Murray would throw for 3 touchdowns, and this is going to be another opportunity to get Caleb Williams in this offense into a rhythm. The Rams are 0-2 and scoring just 15 points a game. On top of that, they're allowing 33.5 points per game. They have a struggling offense and a defense with a lot of holes. But they're also missing some key players on the offensive line as well. Jonah Jackson, their best guard, is on the IR, and so is Steve Avila. The Rams' defense has been a mess through the first 2 games, and at the very least offer another opportunity for Shane Waldron to get this offense going. But then we get to the Panthers, who are the worst team in the NFL, until someone takes that crown away from them. They are losing by an average of 30 points a game. The 31st ranked run defense in the NFL caps off 3 straight games against the bottom 3 run stopping units in the NFL. If the Bears can't get the run game going over the next 3 games, someone needs to be fired. Not only have the Panthers been bad, but they also could be missing 3 of their best defensive players as well. Defensive tackle Derek Brown is probably the best player on their roster, and he's out. Meanwhile, the Panthers have also just benched last year's #1 pick, Bryce Young, for, you guessed it, Andy Dalton. If that gives you any idea of how bad things are in Carolina. This game is 3 weeks off, so Bryce Young could be starting again by then, but it paints the picture of how bad this team has been recently, averaging just 6.5 points per game after 2 weeks. They're going to try to get things going with Andy Dalton before meeting us in 3 weeks. This is a team that the Bears could honestly shut out. But that is 3 straight games against the bottom 3 run defenses in the NFL. All 3 of those teams started the season 0-2, and they all looked worse than the Bears did on Sunday. Shane Waldron needs to jumpstart this running game and get Caleb Williams into a rhythm. I've been trying to give Waldron the benefit of the doubt after 2 weeks. I mean, honestly, how can you call a successful offense when your offensive line can't run block or pass block? That's pretty much impossible. So we have to give Shane Waldron a little bit of slack here. But if he can't get it going over the next 3 weeks against the worst 3 run defenses in the league, then we have to start asking questions. But this opportunity is unique, and the Bears have to take advantage of it. And that's why I'm confident they're going to bounce back. But going even further, the Bears' schedule over the next 5 weeks looks really favorable. After facing the 3 worst run defenses in the NFL, the Bears will then travel to London, and Caleb Williams gets to go against a bottom 3 passing defense. The Jags are giving up the 3rd most passing yards per game in the NFL, and that's another defense we can take advantage of, even though they do have Josh Allen, who's an awesome pass rusher. But that's 4 straight 0-2 teams coming up. And that's followed by the Commanders in a face-off of Caleb Williams versus fellow rookie Jaden Daniels. The Commanders do have 1 win, but it was a very close game against the Giants. Neither team looked very good in that game. The Commanders have not looked good either, and they're allowing the 4th most points per game in the entire league. That means the next 5 games feature opponents with a combined record of 1-9, with that 1 win coming against the Giants in a close finish. There's nothing to be afraid of here, and this is about as soft of a 5 game stretch as you could hope for in the NFL. I know Sunday night's game was difficult to watch, but it's not time to panic yet, and the Bears should bounce back. If they can win 3 or 4 of these next 5 games, they'll be in great position. I don't even think it's impossible that the Bears have a shot here to win 5 straight games if they can get it going on offense. I'm not saying they will, but the next 4 games are all against 0-2 teams that have struggled for the first 2 weeks. And then we have a bye week, giving us 2 weeks to compare for the Commanders game. My hope is we can win 4 of these next 5. That would give us a 5-2 record. That would give us a 5-2 record before taking on the Cardinals in week 9. But you simply could not ask for a better opportunity for Caleb Williams or Shane Waldron here. The NFL schedule makers did us a favor, and we need to take advantage of this. 5 straight games against bad defenses with struggling offenses. The perfect recipe for the Chicago Bears to bounce back and get things going. I do always try to look at the bright side of things, but it's hard to not be optimistic about this team right now. It's only week 2, guys. I find it odd that a lot of people have already given up on Caleb Williams. And there's even some Justin Fields guys doing victory laps right now. Meanwhile, I'm sitting here in my Caleb Williams jersey knowing that we have our franchise quarterback. I understand how bad the offensive line looked against the Texans, but I have a lot of faith that they will look completely different over these next 5 games. And if they can gel and fix the communication issues, this offensive line still offers a ton of upside. I'll be talking more about the front 5 soon in the All 22 film room. Stay tuned for that, but remember to hit the like button for me, guys. Let me know how you're feeling about this team's future. Stay tuned, and until next time, bear down.